My bad, y'all. I had to take them little 6 minutes. What are we talking about? Discernment and judgment is the same thing. You got to use judgment. God judges us. We got to judge people. We are made in the likeness of God. We have to judge others. Sorry, it sucks. Nobody wants to do it, but it is a hard job. People go to court. People go to law school and school or what have you to become judges. You go through life. You have earned your badge. You have your coat of judgment now. You can judge, because if you don't judge correctly, if you don't use discernment correctly, you will find yourself in situations that are not favorable. And that's the reality of it. And I feel like we were taught when we were younger, don't judge this person. Oh, you can't judge them. Oh, you can't judge. Ooh, you shouldn't judge. No, you shouldn't gossip and talk about a person, right? You shouldn't belittle an individual, but you can judge somebody. I can judge if you are allowed in my universe, in my world, right? Because if I make the wrong judgment and I engage, whether it's a friendship, relationship, business partnership,
in a quarter mile,
it's gonna hurt me.
McGinnis Ferry Road,
right? It's gonna mess me up. And I'm saying to say all this because I just came from a job interview, right? Because why not? Like, I am a chemist, but why not?
McGinnis Ferry Road.
I'm kind of trying to get out of my field. And so getting out of your field is hard when that's all you know.
Continue
right?
on McGinnis Ferry Road for 2 miles.
My ass, well, why you would not be a chemist? That is neither here nor there right now. We'll revisit that when I'm not in it no more. But yeah, and so I went to this job or what have you, and the job, it was, when I got in there, this is because I'm giving y'all examples of how to use discernment, because a lot of times people tell you you'll just do better, but they don't tell you how. This is how. I get into the job, now automatically there was like 6 people at a table. The instant feeling was, this ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have never gotten a job where it was 6 people in the interview, right? It sounds like a Ponzi scheme, or it sounds like something that's commission based, which I'm not trying to do. Like, that's just not me. But it doesn't mean that that job is bad. It's just not a good fit for me in my life as an individual, right? While the next person, they probably was like, yes, woo! I didn't want to do no one-on-one interview, right? Because I'm like, I'm shy. I don't want to do this. Now, to take the attention off of me, no, I'm like one-on-one. Eye contact. Like, let's get down to business. Let's see why you're a good fit for me. Okay? Because when you get in a job or get in your career field, you have to look at that way. Like, why are you a good fit for me? Because I'm gonna be spending the majority of my time here. You about to be around me more than my family, right? For those that are not entrepreneurs, right? So to say all that, when I got in there, that was my initial feeling. I should have left then, right? But because my mama raised me right, I didn't leave. I continued to listen. And there were moments and times where I'm in my head talking to myself like, the first word that popped in my head was like, this sounds like a Ponzi scheme. Like, you know, like, it just don't feel right. So then the interview continued to go on. Well, the discussion, because it wasn't an interview. And it was parts where I was like, oh, okay, I like this part, you know. Oh, I like this one. But the overall feeling, the gut feeling that I had, like, this is your discernment, your gut feeling, like the initial gut feeling I had, well, this is not for me. And so we get to the end and dude's like, well, mark the number a 5 to a 7 if you feel like this is for you. And I put a 7 at first, and then I thought, and then he said, you better work Saturday. Shh, please. 5? I'm not working on the weekends. Like, why would I leave my situation that I have now for this? And you're speaking of this money that I can make and stuff like that. That sounds good in everything for a weak-minded person, for somebody who doesn't have discernment, for somebody who doesn't have judgment. But it's also for somebody who doesn't know what they want. I know what I want. You know what I'm saying? I know what I need as well. And so after like he got done talking, I was like, yeah, I don't think it's gonna be a good fit for me, you know? And I walked out. Bye. Peace. I look too cute. No, I'm joking.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto North Old Parkway.
I just felt like that job was just not, well, career, right? And sometimes people are so persuasive that they will make it feel like that your discernment
Take the
is
next
not
left onto North Old
accurate.
Parkway.
So you just got to be careful with that. Because if I would have just not listened to that feeling and would have, like I usually did in the past, and would have got into the job, left my current career now and got into it, I wouldn't have been happy in it. Because the initial feeling I had was uneasiness and unhappiness. Don't mistake this for fear. You get what I'm saying? Like, don't mistake what I'm saying for when you need to change and you're refusing to change. Don't mistake this for fear, because it's not fear that was preventing me. It was the feeling of,
continue on North Old Parkway for half a mile.
You know what I'm saying? I can't do anything with this. And what's good for the next person might not be good for you. So when people are telling you to use discernment and to pick better, they don't ever explain to you really in detail how. And honestly, it's the same thing in all of us. We all have this spiritual compass in our body that lets us know.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Lawrenceville-Sewanee Road.
And for so many years, up until recently, literally recently, I didn't listen to it. I didn't listen to that feeling of me feeling sick when meeting a person, or me feeling bad, or feeling drained, or feeling this way. I didn't listen to it because I didn't know what it was.
Turn right onto Lawrenceville-Sewanee Road.
You know? Now I'm listening.
In a
That's
quarter
the voice of God.
turn left onto the I-85 North ramp.
But seriously, I try to put a little word in there for you guys that come to my heart and my mind that I'm learning in life. I said in this channel, we gonna grow and we gonna learn together. And I always feel like those who are meant to hear this, and those who are part of my little tribe or a lot of tribe, whatever, they say don't use little. Don't ever make yourself small. People who are part of my tribe will understand what I'm saying when it comes to judgment. Like, reprogram yourself of thinking that you don't need to judge a person. You do need to judge people, and judge them harshly, because you are bringing this person into your universe. Another example. Imagine if like a little alien came up in here, came to Earth, you know, our little universe. Well, Earth, not our universe, but our planet, Earth. And just came terrorizing, destructive. Before he even got here, you was the person at the gate. Yes, you. Not you. You. You was the person at the gate that allowed this alien in, because he was so cunning, or she was so cunning and so persuasive and so cavalier and so charming, that the initial feeling you had was like, what the F is this? You know what I'm saying? Like, this thing got 3 fingers, 4 ears, and 6 eyes. I ain't never seen nothing like this before. I don't know about this. That feeling you had right there. If you would have continued that feeling, you would have been fine. And you would have been like, no, you can't come in here. Earth is great. Earth is good. But people, oh, that just sounds good on my nerve. But people who don't belong in your little planet, in your large, enormous planet, because we ain't doing little, in your planet, will always try to get in there. How you gonna speak on the outside of the club? You can't even get in. But they want to get in. You allowed that alien to come to Earth and destroy us. You did, not me. And you got to apply the same thing when it comes to discernment with people. Like, you gotta be careful who you allow in and vet them, like friends, jobs, everything. This is not just a relationship, y'all. But I think relationships are talked about so much because so many people desire them, right? So we're going to, that's another thing I want to talk about, desires. The devil comes through your desires. So whatever that may be for you, if you want a lot of money and you desire that, like really, 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 really want it. Because everybody wants a decent amount of money. Everybody wants to be comfortable and good. You don't. But if you desire that, like that's all you want, a desire is deep. That means you're willing to do anything you can to get that. Anything. You get what I'm saying? And so the devil comes in and plays mind games with us, y'all. Will play mind games with you to make it feel like you can do
Turn
this
left
and there's
onto
no
the I-85 North
repercussion
ramp.
or nothing is going to happen to you because you do this. Like, I'm not Christian, none of that. I simply believe in God the same way Jesus did. And that's it. I simply believe in God the same way that he did. I simply see God in the same way that he did. I'm a human just like him. So I just want to share that little tidbit with y'all, because I feel like I wasted my time with this interview, because I like had to get dressed and stuff like that and leave my job and come and do all this. But you gotta do what you gotta do when you're trying to get somewhere, right? But then I thought about it and was like, waste anything. You didn't waste nothing. Like, what did you learn from this experience? Blah 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 blah.
In a quarter mile,
right? And I learned that
I-85 North.
one, I'm growing because I'm not just going to accept anything, and two, being more intentional with what I want and applying to, right? Being more intentional and not just applying to anything just because it's a way out, but being more intentional with the type of job and only applying to jobs that I really truly see myself doing. Yeah, I'm speaking for us working folks. Like, not everybody's sitting here, entrepreneurs.
Continue on I-85
not everybody's
North, 8
sitting
miles.
here, doing YouTube videos. Even though I'm doing this, I really just started. So it's like, this ain't no money. This is just me talking to you guys, right? I'm just saying, this is simply what it is. So what did we learn in this video, guys? Discernment and judgment are the same thing. Judge people. Don't talk about them. Don't belittle them. Don't hurt a person. But judge if that person is worthy of being in your planet, your world, right? Is worthy of being in your energy, because a lot of times people are not. And these feelings that we get initially, trust it. Your stomach not hurting. Some of y'all might put them beans down. Brenda, Miguel, put them beans down. Lisa, stop drinking that milk. You know you lactose intolerant. But seriously, that feeling that you get, it's an undeniable feeling, and it happens every time. Like, that's how beautiful God is, I feel like, is that like how he designed us and how he made us. Everything is within us, and we have to realize, when I created this channel, I said I created this channel to see my growth. You hear what I'm saying? And hopefully be able to touch other people with me growing organically. I'm not rich. I'm not a person that, I'm educated, but I'm an everyday normal person. You looking at one. I'm driving right now an interview that I didn't like. I'm normal with my little bun. Y'all see my little natural bun? Yeah, I'm a normal person. So I'm not a celebrity. I'm not any of that. I'm just talking to you guys one-on-one as normal people, because I know it's somebody else out there that is just normal as well, and just as real as well. And that's who I'm trying to attract to this channel. Like, we trying to grow organically. I'm not trying to force my growth. I used to, And it always took me back to square one. I'm not trying to pretend my growth. I'm not trying to act like I'm not growing. I got a video driving Instacart. You know what I'm saying? I'm being real. I'm being honest. But I hope to the years to come, you know, I'm not only able to see my growth in the physical, but this is kind of like a diary for me, or like, because I'm not good at that. I'm not good at writing. Like, I feel like this is better, and if it helps people over time, that's knocking out two birds with one stone, right? But that's all I got to say, y'all. I'm out, y'all. Peace.